Well, welcome everyone to the WVLA Academic Division meeting. Excuse me, this has been an interesting year, hasn't it? So this year has been a really challenging year. Every institution that I know of went online due to the health crisis. I know at Marshall, we were integral in getting the faculty set up for their online because we work with, we are the libraries in online learning. So we work really closely together. We were the ones that had Blackboard boot camp. We did all sorts of stuff. And I assume that not every library had the same exact experiences, but they were probably somewhat similar because librarians are inherently helpful. I mean, that's just our nature. You ask us for something and we provide it within reason. But we were part of the online migration efforts. We helped our faculty, our students. We were there for them. And that's a big part of what we did pretty much this year. A lot of us were working remotely. I think all of us were working remotely at some point. And in May, we had the academic summer refresher. That was our first foray into virtual events. And dare I say, it was a test for this session and all of the fall WVLA materials. We had attendance of approximately 40 people per session, so that was really good. We advertised it across multiple social media platforms as well as email, just to let people know what we were doing. And we solicited people that were intending on presenting at spring's session, as well as fresh sessions. And we also solicited people in other states, just because we didn't think it would be an issue to let people come in who, hadn't really been part of WVLA in the past. The Weaver databases went live, and which is, a big step. Except for WVU and Bluefield, I think all of the public institutions and some of the private ones are members of that. So I commend every one of the librarians and all the library staff that were part of that. It was a big step. We're looking to add more materials to it in the future. And our statewide and academic library leadership led the way in facilitating reopening libraries. The one thing that I could think of and point to, I know that Dr. Monica Brooks had a lot of library and library manager meetings regarding setting up libraries and getting ready for welcoming students, faculty, and staff back to campus, and doing so safely. Going into 2021, we are obviously going to be following the trend with open education resources. We are going to be supporting the training and collaboration sessions through Weaver. Ongoing concerns will be how to support our faculty, students, and our staff during the coronavirus. you know, how do we ease up? What kind of numbers can we allow in our spaces? I mean, all that joyous stuff about social distancing. How many people can we allow in our study rooms? All that stuff. So, WVLA is a great medium to have these conversations. And of course, we'll be planning for the next academic summer refresher. It depends really on what the environment is like next summer. I mean, do we want to have it virtual again? Was that easier on everyone's travel budgets? Because I know at Marshall, ours have been slashed a bit. Want to help plan it? My suggestion, talk to the incoming academic chair. Okay, come on, next slide. Let's do that. And speaking of the incoming academic chair, our newly elected academic division chair is going to be Mrs. Angela Strait. And I'm very excited about this because she is one of my favorite, and I say that because everybody's my favorite, coworkers and colleagues. And like I said, I say that about everybody. But Angie is amazing. She does the budget. She does everything. She wasn't hired to do everything, and then she just sort of assumed it all somehow. But she is well positioned for this. I don't know when she already does a lot of things. So I'm really excited about this. And I really commend and I thank Angela Marinville for also running. She is wonderful. And I think in the future, she will also, hopefully she'll be willing to do this in the future because she is a huge asset. And so this is now the portion of the meeting where I turn it over to Angela Strait. So, Angie?
Yes, ma'am. I don't have a fancy presentation put together or anything. No slideshows to share. I just wanted to take a minute to say hi to everyone and hi to those of you that I already know and hi to those of you that I don't already know. As Heather said, it has definitely been a difficult and different year for everyone. A couple of the things that I had thought about prior and something that always bothered me at the regular conferences when we're able to do face-to-face is there just isn't really a lot there at the regular sessions for academic librarians. There are things that cross over. So one of the things I really wanted to work on is to try and get things, a whole stream of things for just academic librarians. So we would have more incentive to be at the conference or not feel like we're left out while we're at the conference. Because I kind of felt that way just because, so many things were just for crossover. They weren't just for us. And I realize public libraries make up the majority of WVLA, but we're a part too. And we really need to work hard to get all those things focused on us to help us. Since COVID, I think we're all probably virtualed out, but what choice do we have? We don't have a travel budget. If you're an academic librarian and you get state funds, you don't have a travel budget. You can't really travel. So we're stuck. So here we are. Hopefully in the summer, we might accidentally be able to do something, but who knows? If not, we'll do virtual and we'll try to make the best of it, just like we did this past year. Except we'll be a little more prepared this time because we all know what we're doing now. Poor Heather, we all just kind of had to jump in and figure things out. I was involved in a conference with WP, WV, ACRL, and we're midstream planning the conference. We had the caterers picked, we had the venue picked, we had everything done, and we're ready to send the announcements out, and COVID hit and everything shut down, and we had to change gears really quick. And I know Heather had to do the same thing with the summer refresher because it was all close to the same time. So we all know a little bit more about what we're doing this year if we have to continue on. If there's any ideas that anybody has, I know stress management is a major issue, major hot topic for everyone. And, we all have to wear different hats right now. I'm wearing about 3 hats that aren't really a part of my job, but it's part of my job now. Not what I was hired to do, but it's part of my job now. So we get to do it. And, the fun things that we used to do, like HerdCon, everything is so different now. It may be hard to get back to normal. So then we have another stress management issue to deal with. So those are all things that I'm going to be paying attention to and looking at, in addition to regular academic librarian issues, and hope to try and get some good sessions put together. If we're able to, however we're able to do a summer refresher, if it's online or face-to-face, hopefully we'll be able to get some good sessions put together. And if anybody has any ideas for presenters or a better way of doing things, please reach out to me and let me know so we can get everything started. So we'll have, 2 plans, and we'll be able to transition a little more easily this year because we know to plan and have a backup plan now. This year has really taught us all a lot, for sure. Does anybody have any questions or anything they would like to see happen that I haven't talked about, or that anybody have anything they want to throw my way, or any suggestions? Heather put my email on the slide, but it's really easy. It's straight, spelled just like George, STRAIT, @marshall.edu. There are no numbers, there are no letters, nothing to remember, just straight @marshall.edu. Feel free to send me an email, pick up the phone and give me a call, no matter where I'm working from. Like everybody else, my phone calls go to my cell phone too. So they really get you that way, don't they? We can't get away from the phone. We can't get away from email. It's all right there in front of us all the time.
I went ahead and I put it in the chat, Angie.
Oh, good. Thank you. Yeah, I see that now. Thanks, Heather. I don't really have anything else other than if anybody has any ideas or anyone that they have in mind, or someone that they have seen a presentation and thought that person did a really good job, send me their information and we'll try and get something put together. I'm really excited about the new opportunities. My uni class today is my last meeting. So yeah, I know it's sad, but I'll be able to take that focus time and put it in WVLA academic division, and hopefully my plan is to just use that time that I had set aside to work on uni stuff. I'll just work on WVLA stuff. So anybody has anything, feel free to reach out, and I'm always willing to listen and take anybody's ideas and run with them. We'll do the best we can with what we have to work with this year.
Oh, I just wanted to mention, and there were a lot of people that helped me, and obviously those people will help you as well. Jenny in particular was a wealth of wisdom. So just let you know.
I will definitely reach out to as many people who are willing to answer the call. I'm not afraid to ask. And I don't have
Okay.
anything else.
It's all good. This wasn't going to be a super long session unless you guys want to all talk about your experiences in the COVID island. Or you want to brainstorm anything or give Angie any feedback or any thoughts.
Is anyone working on anything exciting?
Excellent.
Are you working on anything exciting, Elizabeth?
I love it. I love the turnabout. So I'm actually working on a special collections as data tutorial for my first year seminar class that I'm developing. So doing some like humanities data as analysis and similar things like that. So that's fun for me.
That is pretty cool. I know you have other projects that you are working on too. You always have fun stuff that you're doing.
Oh yeah. Well, this is my non-in-person project. My in-person project is being covered in coal dust because I'm processing the J.Q. Dickinson collection. Because in addition to the salt they're known for now, they used to do coal and other chemical stuff. So fun.
Mm.
More than one reason to wear a mask.
I have never been more thankful for that, I have to say.
We have our next HerdCon meeting on Monday. I sent you an invite anyway, even though I know you probably don't have time. Just let you know. Let's see. Yeah. I know that there is a really big archive project that's going on in Potomac. Seth was telling me about it. Do you know anything about that, Jenny? You're muted, Jenny.
I know, I didn't say anything yet. What did you ask me?
Seth was saying that he was starting a project, actually, I think with yearbooks.
Oh yeah, they're doing a lot of projects, Nick and Seth, with local history. Okay, so congratulations, Angie. My question is, who's the chair-elect? How did this work? I'm confused. Angie, were you the chair-elect last year? Did I miss something here?
We didn't have a quorum at the meeting at the conference, and then COVID hit and everything kind of got lost in the shuffle.
Oh, so we just kind of were like, let's just get someone in there. And so did we elect a chair and a chair-elect? Like, does Angie Marinville automatically become chair-elect? Or what's our long-term plan here?
I think we're gonna have to decide on the chair-elect, just because Angie Marinville honestly is slammed right now.
Yeah, I believe.
We
Okay.
probably need to work that out. I don't know how many
Okay, I was just curious.
in the meeting. No, that's a good point, because I would really like to have someone follow me up that has a little information about what they're doing.
I feel like a lot of our problems are we just, and I mean, I'm pretty new around here, but also we just don't have the continuity. I wish we had a little more continuity. I feel like things would be accomplished. And I know how hard Heather Campbell-Schock's been working. I mean, we've talked for years, literally, and I've only been around like 5 years, about changing the website and about changing the logo. And I don't know if it's like knowledge yet, but she's done both. So soon that website's really going to be a lot nicer. That guy, Todd something, he's really on the ball. I mean, I do see that we can get some momentum, but this is my last 2 cents and then I'll shut up because I've got a meeting at 10:30 too. But I feel like I don't care if we all stay in neutral right now, because I am not interested in doing more Zoom shit. I am not interested in continuing ed online. I am not interested in online meetings. So I am happy to just be on cruise control until we can really get back, put our energy into this full force.
I think lots of us agree with you about Zoom meetings, and yeah, I think the biggest problem, or at least the biggest problem I have, is because you don't have to walk to a meeting anymore. You're no longer limited, or I usually try to limit myself to 2 meetings a day, normal time, because you have to walk, you have to change gears in your brain, and the older you get, the harder that is. And because everything's online now, I just get meetings added in my calendar all the time. And it's nothing to have 4 or 5 meetings in a day. And my brain is mush by the time I'm done. And I haven't accomplished anything that I need to accomplish because I have meetings all day. I'm not even attending the majority of the things I sign up for because they're free, thank goodness, but I just don't have the time or the brain power anymore. I completely understand where you're coming from. And like I said, the unfortunate thing is we don't know how long we're going to have to be this way. So do we get used to it, or how do we find a happy medium? And I'm struggling with that myself right now, trying to find a happy medium between getting something done and figuring out what's new and upcoming when everything about everything is changing every 5 seconds. Copyright, that's up in the air right now because we don't know. Everything's just Internet Archive and all that stuff blew up, and we don't know what implication that's going to have for us. And textbook loan, OERs, they're just, everything's out there. And I think the best thing we can do is come together as a group and advocate for the state as a whole, with publishers, number one, regarding textbooks, and being able to get a model that we can have at least limited multi-user access to textbooks so that we can do textbook loan electronically. Because right now we can't even buy them. We can buy the physical book and take a chance. Where's copyright fall in the middle? That's up in the air right now. I think my biggest problem right now is with publishers. With everything that's happening and everything that's going on, they took about 6 months and they made everything free for everyone. And then they said, psych, it's over, you're done, and you can't use it anymore for anything that you need to. Well, that doesn't work. Where's the balance in it? And I think the best thing we can do this year is focus, come together, and make our points with the publishers. Hand them an email or a sheet of paper when they come to do their sales pitches. This is where West Virginia stands as a whole. This is what we need, instead of just one school and one, the state with purchasing regulations kind of does a lot for that anyway. And the things we're restricted in that, if you're not involved in the purchasing process as well, one thing I have learned that I may not have learned had my job not taken the additional roles that it has is the whole process involved that the state mandates we have to do before we can even purchase a database. And it's really, really involved. And the purchasing offices, they have every other office on campus. It's not a priority to them. So I've taken a role in that and got involved with the vendors and the publishers to try and get all that stuff done quickly, because, they give us a 30-day window to pay the invoice. We can't say, okay, we take your trial and we want to buy it. It takes effect 10/1, but your invoice isn't dated until 10/31. We can't do that anymore. as of October 31st last year, we can't do that. That throws a wrench in everything. It throws a wrench in all of our negotiations.
Well, Angie, if this is like a pet, I mean, it sounds like you're totally involved in this. It might be a nice, focus for the year. It really might. I mean, I remember like I did, kind of getting us on the level with professors, developing relationships where they, took us as equals. And that's something that it sounds like you could run with. You're passionate about it. And it's a very timely thing. So, please feel free to rope us in on our efforts, whatever else you could do. Send some templates to, some people, and then maybe we can like roll out an email campaign or a letter writing campaign or a call this publisher.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, this week, make one call to this publisher and this is what you're going to say. So if you want to spearhead something like that, it might be perfect for this time of COVID.
That's a good idea. And I definitely am passionate about it because it's the source of my biggest frustration through all of this are the things I can't do that I should be able to do because publishers won't let us.
Well, you guys, this was really good. Congratulations again. I'm going to hop off. It was nice seeing all of you. And thank you for keeping us in the loop. Take care, everyone.
Bye, thanks.
Bye, Mary Jo.
Bye.
Bye.
Does anybody have anything they want to add to that or ideas to mull around?
So I always like to say thank you for allowing me to join your group. I am a high school librarian. And so with that, I've been joining the academic group for the last few years. And so one, thank you for addressing the copyright issues as we're getting an announcement.
Excuse the interruption. I just want to let everyone know I'm very proud of everyone for the weeks that we've been putting in under these conditions. I really appreciate you all. So do other people in this building. Mr. Cutright.
Mary Jo, you're on mute if you were trying to say something.
I'm just now taking a minute to read the chat.
Okay. But the copyright issues and what to do and back and forth. And thank you for addressing the publishers. So whenever we went, because, March 13th, schools shut down and a lot of schools had no idea how to even move forward with this online platform. Some counties had something in place, some didn't. And so sharing those resources, and like you said, now it's, oh, you can't use this. And what's going to happen if we shut down again? And we've all had time to research and do some things, should we have elected to do that. But now it's going back through and finding out who still will allow you to use these things to share with your kids. And so that really is an issue. And I think most people truly want to do what's right, but there's so much wishy-washy kind of information out there. No one really knows what to do. And so you can't, I am having a hard time helping teachers navigate that because it's almost like it changes daily. So, and that's coming from a school librarian. I can't imagine at the college level. My other comment, are you having high school or school children? Are they able to access your libraries? Because some of our libraries are closed. So what about the research facility or the research part? Are they allowed to access your catalogs?
only online information, and only if they are a Marshall student, faculty member, or staff member. All of our campus buildings at Marshall are closed to the public. You have to have an active ID to access any buildings. They added swipe machines to, including the library, and outsiders have no access. My husband is a high school teacher, so I completely understand what you're going through. It was very difficult for schools when everybody switched over, because for the most part, especially in the rural areas, they didn't have an online model set up, and they're still trying to figure them out. And they go back and forth now because of everything. What summers were used to be spent for every year, you used to spend your time, a little time relaxing and some time preparing for the next year. But if you didn't do major preparation this past summer, and it's the same at the college level, professors who are normally off during the summer, we're not, because we're librarians, and but the faculty members had to spend a lot of time over the summer learning how to use resources to teach online classes. And at our research and instruction librarians, and at Morrow Library with Elizabeth and Lori and everyone over there, had to spend a lot of time helping faculty members figure things out. I'm the acquisitions librarian. I had a lot of faculty members emailing me, asking me how ebooks worked. They'd never downloaded one themselves. They didn't understand how students could download an e-textbook, if they could download it. A lot of extra things that we didn't normally have to think about because they've been around so long, we had to provide extra support for. And I think some resources like Jove provides access for area high schools. You give them the information, but the high school had to jump online. You know, they had to accept it, and their IT people had to give them the IP addresses and do all those things. If they didn't finalize it, that's at least some science information they were able to access through us. Other than that, nothing at Marshall. I don't know about other schools and how it's working now, but nothing from us.
The only thing that I know of that we were able to do at Marshall, we have a guest Wi-Fi. So students that could not, did not have internet access could park in our parking lots and have access to their Wi-Fi so they could work on their schoolwork in their cars or in our public spaces. But that was unfortunately the primary support that we could give. I don't know how it is elsewhere. Did anyone else have a different experience? Well, I have to go ahead and jump off just because technically I'm supposed to be the one on the front desk. I'm gonna go ahead and make Angie the host, and you guys can continue on, or you can close the meeting, or actually I'm gonna set Angie up as, wait, I forget, Michelle's here. I'm sorry, you're so awesome that I forgot. But yeah, so if there's anything else that anyone needs, feel free to let me know, but And Angie, I'll work with you and help you through all this, okay? Thank you again for being willing. And, you know, not only that, volunteering. You fool. You fool.
That was pre-COVID.
I know. I was like, Angie will do it. She's good for everything. Anyway, thank you all and good luck.
I don't really have anything else either. I have class that starts at 11. So if everyone would just keep in mind the things we talked about. If I get an email list, I'm sure eventually I'll get the email list of everyone who's in the division, and we can talk about, I'll try to do a summary of the things we talked about and get that out to everyone. And then we'll have to look at a chair elect as well.